Checking over her wounds in the dim light of her clay lantern, Hilma finds herself healing nicely. Yesterday, she came close to death, facing a Migo guard, not far from a scout tower. Now safely back at home, she has memories of the people she found. 3 survivors, eking out an existence here. But not only them, others. Other voices she heard screaming out for help back at the scout tower. Now they could just be Migos, impersonating prisoners of the past. But what if they are people? Hilma would have to do something about that. But she couldn't if she wasn't prepared to fight the Watchers. And so, now is the time to double down. Now is the time to improve. Her understanding of technology grows with each passing day. If she can take that far enough, that technology might just save her and others. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Innawood. And welcome back to Hotel Oscar. Now, we are a day after yesterday. Yesterday where we went out on our land sail and explored the land and gotten some pretty serious fights because of it. We have recovered decently overnight. Disinfecting our wounds and making sure that we actually bandage them up properly makes a massive difference to recovery, as everything is nearly completely back to where it should be. Our head and torso still need to recover a little bit, but they will be able to recover throughout today. The first thing that we're going to have a look at creating today, however, is a blacksmith repair kit, because our quarterstaff, it's been damaged recently, so being able to repair that will make a big difference for us. So if we just jump in and have a look at repair here, or repair, yeah, that works. Blacksmith repair kit. So we just need to have a clay bowl, canister, or a clay jug. It only takes us like a minute to make, which is pretty good. Let's just maybe drag our seat over here for now. We don't need to start a fire yet at this stage. We're a little chilly. Our temperature is rising currently. It's still early morning at this stage. We've taken off a fair amount of our warmth clothing, so we should have a pretty stable temperature throughout the day. I hope so, at the least. Now, clay. Let's see, a clay bowl. Looks like we're just going to need to have fire going, which makes sense. It's whatever is going to be easiest for us to make, right? I think the clay bowl is going to be the easiest. 42 minutes and 36 seconds, it looks like. Yeah, so we are indeed going to have to have fire, so we'll just move our chair away, just so that we have a little bit of space away from the fire, because it will be warm. And let's go start that thing up. Jumping back over into this square, we will turn off our oil lamp, as we're not going to need that anymore. There we go. And let's see if we can make this thing. Clay bowl, 42 minutes for us to create it. Let's get that made, and we'll just use some of the sinew that's nearby. The animal cooking oil? No, we'll use some of the ridiculous amounts of wood ash we've got. Yeah, there we go. That's our clay bowl. So, now jumping back into repair. Blacksmith repair kit. Excellent. So this is actually going to use our tongs. Do we lose all of these things though? Okay, no, so it still has a filing quality. Okay, it still has a cooking quality. Actually, this is really good, because it kind of keeps everything. It's just kind of condensing them into one thing. Filing, grinding, hammering, fine hammering. Okay, I think that'll still work out all right for us. So, let's make it. If we disassemble it, it looks like we get all of the bits and pieces back. The question is going to be, oh, it's just charcoal. Right. I was wondering, I was like, what is it going to use here? What are we going to need to reload it with? Charcoal. Okay. All right. And we had charcoal nearby, so that's good to go. If we go into this, if we go activate, let's see if we can repair. We'll start off with the quarterstaff. Okay, so we do have a success chance here. We could look at trying to reinforce it. It's using scrap metal, so okay, we don't have a lot of that. One thing that we're really going to have to focus on is the collection of metals. And the best way for us to do that, I think, is going to be going out and collecting from the bog iron. For now, though, let's just go until it is fully repaired. Okay, that's done. Okay, quite quickly. Well, just hypothetically, if we wanted to reinforce it, how difficult is that going to be to do? We really don't want to be using too much material here. It doesn't look like we can. Yeah, All right. Well, that's great. I think it's probably still worth us keeping that on us if we can, because it's the majority of our tools. Whether or not we can store that in there, I don't know. Let's just try and insert it if we can. Well, just the carving knife, eh? Unfortunate. Okay, well, I guess that'll have to live in our backpack for the time being. Right, now, I do want to go out and look at collecting some bog iron. I think before we do that, though, we do have one process that's still going on downstairs, and I believe, yeah, I've left them here for a while. These acorns, we need to continue blanching them. So let's get to work. And that's that done. We're going to pour it into the large clay pot, and we'll just bring that upstairs with us. Obviously, they're going to take a while to be processed. The rest of them that are down here, they're still going to be good for a long while, wherever they are. There they are. Yeah, they're good. Let's just take the acorns outside, as that's where they are going to be when we look at smoking them. So we'll drop them there for now. Oh, hang on. No, not what we're going to do. We want to drop the pot itself. There we are. And let's go remove the food from there. There should be some nice smoked meat, which we can probably just keep on our person. We can eat that as we want. As the smoked meat, unless we dehydrate it, it isn't going to last as long as some of the other preserved foods that we have. Well, while we're here, let's just have a quick look at our crafting menu. Unfortunately, I don't think we learned anything new from getting our melee skill up in the last, but we do have something else under other. So let's see what we have here. Oh, a bone saw. Quite a few things in actual fact. Plastic sheet. Tongue and groove pliers. Right. Tin snips, lug wrench, locking pliers, lots of different wrench and plying tools, a locksmith kit, and a bone saw. Interesting. For the time being, let's see if we can go and put together the training dummy that we had set up before. Yes, let's just go and put you where you were, as we now know that we can pass through here easy enough. That shovel can just stay there for the time being as well. So, if we are going to make this expedition today, I think it would be best to do on the back of one of our dinos so that we can bring back as much material as possible. And I think it's also really worth looking to see exactly what we're going to need to do the extraction. We just need to have a digging tool, a la the shovel that's here. I've got to tell you, I'm very tempted to make the chitin armor for Sarah before we leave, but 17 hours and 35 minutes. It's a fair amount of time that we'd be spending working on this chitin. It's also going to be rather heavy, so it is something that I definitely want to do, but it's not something that we're going to do right now, I believe. So let's just go and open these doors so that we can get out okay. And Sarah, we're going to go and jump up on top of you. And fantastic, that is working as intended. Brilliant, excellent. Okay, we'll jump off you for a second then. Let's just close that door there. That should work fine. Okay, and we do need to try and ride through here somehow. Right. Oh, well, we're able to pass through there, okay. And it looks like we can open that gate up. Right, let's close that. And now we need to decide which swamp we're going to be going to. Which one is going to be best for us? Obviously, we have the one up here to the north, which is quite near, oh man, it is quite near our friends, which that's concerning, to say the least. It's an easy one for us to make it to, as we have our paths, so maybe that's the one that we're going to go to. And if we can clear some of the dinosaurs away from there, then that might be for the best. I'm trying to decide whether or not we want to bring our pike with us. The pike is a fantastic weapon, but so is our quarterstaff. Choices. Difficult ones. You know what? I think we're going to stick with that for now. And the other thing that I know is kind of glaring, we're not wearing anything on our head right now. If we chuck on our helmet as it is right now, the bronze helmet that we have, it's uncomfortable and it makes it really not great for us. It gives us kind of like a constant state of pain. Then again, it's very protective. You know what? I'm going to go back and get it. I feel like it's going to be really a big mistake for us to not grab that. So, Sarah, let's actually tie you up just so you don't crush the crops. We'll be back. Okay, there we go. And we will see that, yeah, we have an uncomfortable head, which is going to be affecting our speed somewhat. But at the same time, it's going to be protecting us a whole heap as well. So we need to keep that in mind. All right, what obstacle was that? Okay, the dirt. Strange. We've got a German Shepherd that's nearby as well. Okay, well, we'll keep our eye on you. We haven't traveled too far along here in a while. Looks like we do need to clear the rubble. And there are some trees that managed to survive the blaze, it seems like. Yup. And there is still a bit of a blaze going on at this stage. We could approach the swamp from that direction as well. I'm assuming that this is all swamp down here as well, this kind of unexplored territory. Yeah, maybe we do just take the northern path. That'll be easier for the time being. Yeah, let's get moving. All right, we're getting a little bit closer now to that unexplored territory here, and it looks like it isn't all swamp, but we will be able to approach through slightly thicker forest, which works out for us. Looks like there's another wasp hive down here. Wonderful, there's so many of them. I do look forward to us being able to create some, denatured alcohol and then in turn make some Molotov cocktails. We will need to know how to make glass, or actually I believe we can use clay canisters for that. I think it's 2 clay canisters will work. So yeah, Molotovs, they might be on the cards for us a little bit sooner than I thought. That's terrible news. Skeletal theropod juggernaut. That is the worst. It is faster than us, and it can see our current location. This hideous colossus of plated bones and misshapen flesh drags its heavy, pointed limbs behind it. Already strong and dangerous, bones grew around its form to protect it, only they kept growing. The strange and twisted clawed arms suggest some kind of 2-legged dinosaur. We can't even tell what this was before, but it's horrific and it can see us. This is why swamps are horrifically bad. And that was a regular Albertosaurus up there, but that thing is going to come back to life and could potentially become something like this. When they are given time to evolve, they can turn into really bad stuff like that. It is still faster than us. If that is true, that is a true statement. That is really terrifying. So let's just try and maneuver our way through the woods here, because breaking line of sight is one of the most important things that we can do when it comes to escaping the undead, especially a giant skeletal behemoth of a dinosaur. Okay, right. Let's very cautiously make our way around here. Yeah, our friends in the cave might not be long for this world, depending on how bad this area is. There's another Albertosaurus nearby, which is completely healthy. It's much slower than us. So this is an instance in which, the pike might be okay for us to make use of, but at the same time, yeah, I'm not so certain. What would be great is being able to just get them to face off against each other. Okay, so we've got another dinosaur nest here. Little swamp up here. That might be more our speed. If there's bog iron there, that would work out perfectly for us. Coelathus nest. What is that Coelathus? Well, there probably isn't much of that left now if there's Albertosauruses just roaming around here. There's lots of bog iron, which is fantastic, but, these swamps, they're dangerous places. So I think for now, let's try and see if we can navigate our way up towards here. Yeah, I'm just going to turn on our flow, because then we should be able to move around here a little easier. We've got to make sure that we turn on safe mode as well, because if something just appears while we're roaming through like this, we really want to know about it. Yeah, let's find a way through all of that. What a troubling morning, hey? Yeah, it looks like it's directly north from here, so weave our way through the woods and hope that we get lucky up here. So this is the zone. We can see some salt water. Bog iron, fantastic. Okay, well, we got lucky. Notosaurus. Okay, you're fine. We can work with you. All right, so let's jump off of our friend here. We're going to tie Sarah up, and we are going to extract this bog iron. It's going to take 5 hours for us to do it. Let's get going. We're going to stop at around about 50% there. Halfway through it, we're going to have something to eat and drink. We should probably have the smoked meat first. That would have been a smarter idea, but here we are, and we will continue. And there we go. We have extracted some materials. 49 iron ores. You know, that's not bad. And having a look at that, let's just examine. So we can craft a lump of steel with this. I'm not sure how many iron ores go into a lump of steel, but that's pretty good. I think we want to try and spend as much time out here as possible. So another 5 hours, that's 10 hours of work today. So that's a hefty work day. But I think it will make a difference if we can just get this stuff done now. So we're going to get straight back into it. Let's extract that bog iron. And we just powered through the last of that there. We're done. The sun has set, so that's both a good and a bad thing, as in we will be covered by darkness, but also so will our enemies. Let's have a look at that. 93 iron ores, and we can only pick up 5 of them. That might be a little bit more of a problem, so I am hoping that we're going to be able to take a fair bit back with us. Let's just drop the wooden shovel. How heavy is this going to be? If we just go grab... Okay. Well, let's try and wield it. Okay, we really can't pick up all that much, can we? No, it doesn't look like it. So what I'm going to want to try and do is transfer as much as we can to Sarah, because Sarah does still have the big backpack on her, right? Yes. Okay, that is good. So let's go grab. Okay, it looks like we can we can really only pick up a few at a time here. All right, well, I'm going to see what we can do with the amount that we can give her. This is amazing. I think we've actually managed to put all of it into this bag. Yeah. We've got it all in the bag. That is so good. So that big trapper pack has made a massive difference for us. Okay, well, let's go wield that shovel. Mount up on Sarah again, and now we need to make our way back home. Ideally, completely safely, without much trouble. We'll see if that's remotely possible, eh? Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so, out of the darkness, we have a giant stag beetle. Let's go to a gallop here. Okay, it's a bit slower than us. We can maybe work with that. A giant stag beetle. It is a little injured. Do I want to try and take this thing down? I mean, sinew, maybe. Although I feel like we've been Yup, I was just gonna say, I feel like we've been knocked off of... This is a very big stag beetle. Yup, Sarah gets hurtled away from us. We get knocked to the ground. We struggle to stand back up, but we do manage to get back to our feet. This thing is charging towards us at the moment. Still a bit slower than us. I think we just need to get straight into this. We're going to drop our shovel. We're going to draw out our quarterstaff. We're going to move in. I'm going to take a good strike at it. A really good strike. Doing a critical. We managed to stun the creature. Bringing our staff down on its carapace. We strike again and again. And you know what? We've got it scared. We've got it running. This is the power of bashing weapons. Fantastic. No, we're not giving up on this. We're going to keep on going. Now, I don't want to lose Sarah, and I don't want to lose our shovel here. So we'll have to keep in mind where they are in relation to this beetle. There we go. Hilma. We didn't get struck there at all. Now, I am a little concerned about the condition that our friend is going to be in. So let's head back down in this direction. That's our shovel. That's good. Let's put the quarterstaff back away. Wield our shovel for a moment. And let's see. We can hear footsteps. We'll stop moving items. Yes. Is that Sarah? I hope so. Sarah, are you down here? There you are. How are you looking, Sarah? Let's just have a look at you. Okay, you got a little bit of a whack there, but I think she's doing okay, all things considered. So let's start to lead you by the leash, and we'll just kind of bring you over here for the time being. Yup, and we'll tie you in place there. Now, we need to light up for a moment. And this thing, we're not going to be able to do a full butcher of it, surely not. Yeah, no, way too big. All right, so instead, let's just do a quick butcher and we'll take what we can. You know what? Field dressing is an option as well. I think we'll field dress and then we'll see if we can do a quick butcher. Cannot see. Yeah, of course, because the light blew out. Let's try that again. Quick butcher, 9 minutes. We'll take whatever sinew we can from this thing. Let's turn off our lamp. What do we get? 9,000 sinew. 9,000 sinew. 9,000 sinew. Say it with me. My gosh. Well, that was worth it. That was easily worth it. That's amazing. Okay. Well, that's a horrible creature, but if you have the right tools, you can take it down. It's definitely got enough strength to send a frickin' Pentaceratops flying, so it's a hefty thing. Even so, I'm very happy with how that went. We've got a whole heap of good stuff. I don't think there was nothing else that I wanted to grab from that. No, so we are going to continue on our way, making our way back towards our home, and hopefully nothing else tries us tonight. And we have made it back home in one piece. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, Sarah, we're going to bring you inside first before we worry about dealing with any of the gates and stuff like that outside. We'll tie you up. We need to process that iron, but I don't think we want to do that tonight just because, well, it's already late. Yeah, we might want to wait on that. So, let's pop inside, drop that shovel off, and we will take all the iron from you first of all. So, let's remove all items from bag. Let's just drag those along, drag them on over here. We've got a whole heap of sinew to drop off as well, which is amazing. And then, yes. Oh, I forgot there was 2 eggs there. Well, I forgot that rather quickly. Yeah, we're going to drop those iron ores off for the time being. Now, it says we can make a lump of steel from them. I'm pretty sure we need to use the bloomery to do that. So let's just have a look at lump of steel, clay crucible. That's for the chunks of steel. Right, of course, yeah. So we do need to have the bloomery. Have we made a bloomery yet? I don't think we have. We have everything that we need to be able to make a bloomery. I'm also wondering whether or not that is something that we want to build outside. I mean, probably. It's a smelting furnace. Yeah, I feel like building that thing outside is probably going to be the right thing to do. We don't need to worry about doing it right now, though. I think sleeping is probably going to be the right call. Let's take off this helmet of ours just for a bit of comfort. Looks like we're going to be quite warm in here tonight. Yeah, because of the fire. We could also just extinguish the fire. That's an option too. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's get some sleep. Well, good morning. Let's get this day going. Okay, well, we've got all the pieces that we need to make this thing, to make this bloomery. Where do we want to make this thing then, eh? Let's see. I guess we could kind of make it just over here, because we can still use the training dummy just fine. Yeah, we're going to go and just shuffle those along there for the time. And build this bloomery over towards the west. Bam. That is that done. It does block our line of sight out that way a little bit, but that's okay. The tree's doing that for us as well, and I'm actually kind of okay with that. I kind of like the idea of having our entrance a little bit more obscured from the outside. Makes it harder for the nasties to see us. Right, the bloomery though, let's have a look and see how that's going to work out for us. So we need to charge it up with charcoal, we need to have some iron ore, and oh boy, 18 hours and 37 minutes for us to do that. Ha, I see. We save a lot of time by doing it in batches, but that's some serious time. Obviously, it's taking longer because we don't have metallurgy yet, but that's something that we can learn. How are we looking in terms of metallurgy at the moment? We have nothing in metallurgy. So, okay, over the process of this, I think we are going to learn creatures of flight. Okay, so that's something that we know from butchering things, right? Yeah. Natural armors, natural exoskeletons, principles of biology. Huh. So I guess we might just need to, take apart some other things with a scalpel. Yeah. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we got much from the Migos, other than maybe just a basic understanding of some of these processes. Maybe. Hard to tell. For now though, I think what we're going to want to try and do is haul all that iron out, and honestly, that chair as well. Let's go bring that out just so that we can get a little comfy. Let's move these eggs out the way. Alright, so we have a whole heap of iron ore there. Let's go and load up the bloomery. We'll see what we can do. Lump of steel. Right. So there is also a chance of failure, so I don't know if we... It makes sense for us to do it like this, because then we are also saving a whole heap of time by doing it this way. That'll get us 6 lumps of steel. Bit of a time sink, but I think the important thing to remember is that these are lumps of steel, and the lumps of steel are bigger than the chunks that we end up using. So I think we'll start it. We'll start this process. It's good to know that when we do have metallurgy, it will only be taking, 12 hours as opposed to 24. Still, for now, we'll put this down and just hope that we don't mess up. Well, we're stopping at 10% because we are hungry and thirsty. We want to make sure that we're staying on top of that, just so that, we have as good of a chance as possible at succeeding at this. Also, look at that, 10% on metallurgy. So I think once we're done with this, we'll actually have metallurgy in the bag. Okay, stopping at 20% there as the sun has set. We aren't tired yet though, so we could probably keep on working at this for a while. I just want to make sure that we have a little bit more to eat and drink before we try at that. Yeah. Oh, no, we do need light. Well, let's get some going then. Alright, I think I'm probably going to call it at 30%. We're not yet tired, but I don't really want to be working too late. We can always get up early in the morning if we need to continue working on that. Having a look at the metallurgy. Yeah, we're at 30%, so I guess, you know what? I'll probably see you on the other side of this little bit of crafting. Yeah. Well, we just pushed through. We pushed through a whole night to be able to get that done. We got there in the end. I decided that, we were just going to sit down and just keep on at it until we got there. Did we get metallurgy though, is the thing, because we might not have, because 96%, so we're very close at this stage. Supposedly we're overburdened, but it might just be because we are feeling tired right now, but hey, we've got, oh no, it's because we are holding on to the lumps of steel at the moment. Well, we can drop them on the ground there. So we've still got one piece of iron ore that's just chilling out there, but those lumps of steel will help us out a whole lot when it comes to crafting going forwards. And it's also just good to know that, that is indeed something that we can do. And accessing that ore there is totally doable too. We don't have to worry about dealing with some pretty horrific dinosaurs. Alright, and now that we have that out of the way, that done and dusted, the next thing that I'm going to want to try and look at when it comes to crafting for us is trying to get into glassworking, because that's going to open up a whole realm of things for us. However, it is tough to get into. We need to have better science school, better applied science to be able to make ammonia. So what we want to have a look for is something that uses applied science, and then also the level of it. We need it to be a high enough level. So right now our applied science is at 3. Our knowledge level is at 4. So what we want to be looking for is something that is at level 4. Right, so saltpeter is the next thing that we want to potentially have a look at making. There are other things that we can make as well. Doesn't look like any of them will take us to level 4 though. Obviously making some more super glue isn't a terrible idea, because then that will get our applied science to 3 so that we can kind of go from that point. But yeah, saltpeter, it's a principal part of gunpowder, and it's sometimes used as a fertilizer, so I feel like in general that's going to be good for us. Also making some more lamp oil, that's something that we can do. But I think super glue for now is a pretty good option, so let's have a look at that then. Let's make some more super glue. This should put us back to being high enough, I think. Let's see. Yeah, applied science 4. Fantastic. So we got some super glue out of that as well, which is great. Now having a look at app once again, saltpeter. Right, and we can save a lot of time by doing it like this. Although, what are we running out of? Niter or niter. Okay, that's going to give us 750 units of saltpeter from this. So, yeah, let's go and make that. We do have clean water nearby, that's not a problem. There we go, got that done. Now, I don't know how far along that got us. Let's drink some clean water first of all. There we go, we're actually going to have to get some more going soon. Yeah, so our applied science is at 34 at the moment. Is there anything else that we can make then? Yeah, yes there is. Indeed there is. And actually, gunpowder is one of those. We just need sulfur. We might be able to get sulfur from something else. Most certainly we can. We got chunks of sulfur. And wow, so a chunk of sulfur gives us a whole heap of sulfur. That's very cool to see. That's ridiculous amounts of sulfur. Okay, so maybe let's just spend half an hour. That'll give us nearly 10,000 units of sulfur. And now let's make some gunpowder. Yep, that's the next thing for us. So back to applied science. Yeah, there it is. Gunpowder. Pretty useless for making modern cartridges. But yeah, this is, it can be used to make some vicious bombs. I'm smiling. I don't know if you can hear it, but I am smiling. Yeah, we're going to go and make 50 lots of this, and that's going to make 23,000 units of gunpowder. It's going to use a whole heap of saltpeter, sulfur, only a smidgen of our charcoal. I'm totally happy with that. I have just noticed that we're very low on lamp oil at the moment, so we are probably going to want to try and make some more of that real quick. Yeah, let's make a whole heap. And there we go, we're so close, we got it done. Okay, that's a ludicrous amount of gunpowder, which is so very dangerous for us to be keeping in here right now. But I'm so very happy that we have it. Yes, indeed. Oh, the things that we can make with this. We can actually make a sausage with gunpowder. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. I guess you use it in the process of curing somehow. I'm not sure, but we can make blunderbuss rounds with that. Whether or not that's something that we can do right now, I can't be sure. Yes, indeed it is. Wow. We just need paper to be able to create this ammunition. And just having a look at the moment, having a look at the different types of shot that we've got as well. Obviously looking at range and damage is important. The slug is pretty good. Armor piercing of 4. Dispersion of 60 though. Okay, range is 12. It's a large hunk of metal. Better for distance. Oh, distance is good. That is using lead, but hey, we have access to lead, don't we? I love that I was looking at getting into glassworking and now we're looking at blunderbuss shots. I mean, that is very good. All right, for now. Let's not worry about that right this very second. It is late in the day. We are going to want to go to sleep most certainly. How is our applied science looking? Only at 40% after all of that. That's unfortunate. Yet the gunpowder does use our applied science. So I would have hoped that got us further along than that did. But, well, we could always use more gunpowder, couldn't we? I'm sure we could. Can we make bombs out of this as well? I mean, maybe. The fact that we can make that ammunition is very exciting. I think for now though, let's go sleep and dream of Blackpowder sheep. Oh boy. And something changed outside in the world. Oh my gosh. Not only that, but we've got a chick. We've got another little goose. Amazing. And you, okay, can we, we're not friends with you yet, right? We need to give you bird food. Okay, we definitely will. But yeah, we've got do we have any others around here? Or is it just the one that hatched? I think it might be just the one. Even so, that is exciting news. As it is the first day of summer now. It's going to be getting warm outside. And, well, our crops will be growing along. They're just sprouting at this stage. We will keep that in mind. But yeah, it's looking brighter outside. The plants, the trees, they are looking alive. Wonderful to see. Wonderful to see. Obviously, there's lots of things that we can harvest in summer, and we will be doing that. But we did such a good job with our food harvesting last season that it isn't going to be too much work that we need to do there. I definitely want to harvest like other plants that we didn't get a chance to last time. Like that is just a dandelion, okay. But if we could find wild vegetables, that would be great, like pumpkins, and ideally we need some kind of wheat. But we aren't going to have to forage as much anymore because we have all of this, and this harvest can easily feed us through winter and the next winter after that. So we have that going for us. We really, really do. How are these coming along, I wonder? Let's just have a quick look. Can we give them a taste? Actually, probably, it's activating, right? I don't want to accidentally try and eat it, you know? Take about a week before they're palatable. Oh, right, of course. The easiest way for us to tell is that it will change into blanched acorns rather than blanching. So, yeah, we don't have to worry about those right now. Not at all. Yeah, all of this is going to be growing up. And while I am disappointed that we can't make a plow for any of our vehicles for our animals to kind of haul, I think making a hoe and or a rake will make a big difference for how long it actually takes us to turn up the ground. Supposedly, it is actually faster for us to use the proper tools rather than just a shovel. So we'll have a look at making one of those when we are going to be doing some replanting. But right now, we've got a ridiculous amount of food that is going to be coming in, and we've got a ridiculous amount of flour. The flour that we have is really going to carry us through any kind of famines that we have. So we're very lucky in that regard. I think I would like to see if we can tame this waterfowl though. So let's just have a look at bird food real quick. We can use some of the cattail seeds. We've got so many of them at the moment. We'll go and wield that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Activate. There we go. I can't believe we nearly squashed the chick. Oh boy. Just, yeah, the classic Cataclysm. Beat it over the head with food. It's fine. We missed, but we now have a friendly waterfowl chick that's going to follow us around here, and we can actually play with it. It is going to make us nice and happy while it's little. So we're going to need another name. We are going to need another name for this little one here. So I would love to know what you would like to see this one called. Obviously, it is going to be another kind of Canadian goose, like maple over here. So yeah, let me know what your heart desires there. But Hilma, I think today has been an interesting episode for us in that we are most certainly trying to work our way towards glassworking. But to get there, it looks like we're going to be able to make a whole heap of gunpowder and maybe other things as well, really. I mean, the acetic acid over here supposedly is an antifungal agent, so it could be good to have something like that. We do need to have distillation though. That ain't going to happen. A lot of these things are going to require chemical making, which unfortunately we only get from having a chemistry set, which we only get from having glass, and we only get glass from having a high enough skill to make ammonia. And right now, we can't make it, so that's a no-go. Hemostatic powder isn't a bad option for us. We just need to have some lye and some alder bark. But yeah, saltpeter, if we get our hands on more niter, and that's it. Obviously, there's thermite as well, but we're a ways off of making thermite, I think. So I think for now, making things like gunpowder, that's going to be our main shtick. And we can actually make a fair amount more. You know what? Before we finish, yeah, let's go make some more gunpowder. There we go. Even more gunpowder. Ridiculous amounts of gunpowder. Yeah, we are quite warm. I think we might need to get some different footwear for summer, as those boots, they're hot. That's got us closer. I mean, another 8%. Slowly but surely, we will get there. We're just going to have to make a whole heap of explosives in the meantime, I think. Yeah. And unfortunately, at this stage, we don't actually know how to make a blunderbuss of any kind. All these things down here, they're just modifications of existing weapons. So we would have to try and improve our... Honestly, I think it's probably going to be our range skills. So I think it's going to come under marksmanship. So we're probably going to have to start off with bows. We're going to have to start off with making a bow and just getting really good at shooting. Then again, in saying that, we do have a rifling skill of 2 already. It's actually 3. I think that's just all part of the basic training that Hilma went through before she kind of joined the civilian rescue service. Yeah. We'll get there. We will get there slowly but surely. We will. It was summer here, Hilma. As always, there's lots of work to do, but we are fully healed. We have more steel. and hot girl summer is here. Well, I feel like this was a little bit more relaxing than the last episode, so if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.